Welcome to Twin Flames with Josephine and Celeste. Today I'm going to be talking about your soul memory and how us Twin Flames began. This universe, a long time ago, was void. There was nothing here. It was still, lifeless, almost like a dust bowl. And then from far away in another universe, a great light entered this universe. And it was one light. And so it just shot in at such a speed into this universe and was pulsating, yeah? And it was pulsing and pulsing, of course, for eons. And then this light didn't want to be alone, so it split itself off into two, creating the first divine masculine and feminine of itself. And then after that, these two lights, the same, were vibrating together, and they were emanating the sound Om, yeah, for a long time. And then this vibration reached a peak, and then it exploded. These two lights exploded into 144 million sparks, which immediately split off into two. And each spark of light is a twin, the set, yeah? So then what happens is that these twin lights, these lights, were the first form of life in the universe. And as that happened from Om, then harmony and sound started forming. And through this sound, that's why we all love music, different types, of course. One of the reasons. So what happened is that this then created the universe. See, we're all a different verse, but we're unified. And we're in complete harmony at that stage of our evolution. There's a lot more to that, which I'm writing in an ebook for Twin Flames, and I'll let you know when that's going to come out. It explains it a little bit more further. So what happened is us as these divine lights, then it was like a knowing. We just knew, and it was divine. This divine light was all encompassed within its own self. It didn't need anything else. And so from there we evolved, yeah, throughout the many eons of this universe, and we are what we are now in the human form at the moment. Now this light that I've just shared with you and told you about is actually living in your heart, you and your twin, yeah? So, you know, so we evolved throughout the evolution of, you know, many planets, many forms, and Atlantis was around for a long time. Atlantis was probably, particularly Isis time, was the best time on the planet. It was just in perfect harmony with all of our frequencies, all the twin souls, yeah? All our love, we were with our twin, and nobody lacked. It was just magical. And then came the time in Atlantis, as most of you would probably know this, is, you know, we fell, yeah? You know, we were experimenting in the pyramids at that time, and the frequency fell. Now, the idea was that we go into a lower frequency or into the body, the human body, which means that we then have to work really hard, as we know, to become have more knowledge and wisdom through the karmic wheel and become what we are, a brighter light than what we were in Atlantis. Yeah? So when Atlantis fell, each of us made a promise to the Creator that this time in the Aquarius age now, that we would come back home to the Creator, yeah, which is within yourself. And because we are an aspect of the whole entire universe, the microscope to the macroscope, from the beginning to now. So imagine what's within you. Now, when I was studying with my teacher, my master, she had a vision at that time when I was with her. And there's a book called, I don't know if it's still published, because this was quite a while ago, called The Book of Truth. And this talks about twin flames. Like I said, I didn't know at the time. We're talking 87 to 93. And in this talks about what we did, what happened in Atlantis, and about now, and our promise to the Creator. It's actually in here. And I give you all this to trigger you, because you've got the memory within yourself to remind you of who you are and to assist you on your journey. And that we are more, even though we're in a physical body, we're so spiritual, because it's the spiritual that's created everything. That's what holds this whole planet. I saw many visions when I was a little girl, many real visions. And one of them, it was like scaffolding every day that holds this life that we live in the physical. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes. And you're probably asking, why is it happening now? Because we're finishing a cycle, a spiritual cycle, different calendars to what we know now. And also the Aquarius age, being the water bearer, is all about emotion. Yeah, so it's bringing up, which is a soul, is very emotional. The soul is like a child. It knows feeling very deeply, colour, sound, vibration, symbols. That's its language. It's a know. It understands what you're saying. Yeah? So we are more spiritual. And so then whatever we are spiritually is mirrored in the physical. So like 80, even the divine masculines, they're very spiritual. And like 20% is in the physical world for us. So if you want to change anything, that's what I always say. Don't get caught up in the conditioning. Come back to the spiritual, and that's where you need to change or heal or, clear trauma, whatever it is for you. And then it will mirror in your physical world, yeah? So, things are happening now in the age of Aquarius to help us. It's bringing things upside down, but it's meant to be in order to take us to the, into the new world, where only unconditional love and the golden rays will be there, yeah? So, and on another note, I often get asked, how do you know you meet your twin? And so a couple of things I can give you is that when you meet your twin, you feel complete, even before intimacy, and you feel this amazing connection. I've had it with a false twin and a near twin. And that's why I have an idea of what it's like. And it's beautiful. You just feel complete. And the other thing is that it's important for you to know that depending on where your soul's evolution is at and your karma, that everything is within you. But sometimes we just need help to remind us or clear. But then there'll come a point where you won't need nobody. You'll find that within yourself. And that's what I'm very passionate about, is empowering you to come into your own gift and activate and do whatever it is that your contract is here to do, yeah? So another thing I want to touch on is that in past life, all of us, every single twin that I've had the honour to serve, has been, including myself, been codependent, and we've given our power to our twin and our twin to us. That's why, not all the time of course, but in a lot of lives we've had such traumatic situations. This life, it's different. It's about you clearing this codependency has to go, and then this life is about you coming in to your own power, becoming not independent, but together as two amazing lights, and you make a really powerful team. So that's just touching just very briefly on codependency, which I just want to bring it up because it's just a thing that comes up all the time, and we can't help ourselves. We're so wanting the twin, which is normal. But if you're pining, it means there's something in you that you need to look at. I always ask myself, Josephine, what is it that you need to learn from this? Why are you like this, yeah? So if you really, I mean, it's normal to want to be with the twin, don't get me wrong. But if there's this real deep need, and it's almost obsessive, you've got to look at something within yourself to transform, retrieve. It just depends. It can be a few things, actually. Because we're so deep. But yet, so remember, we're powerful. So I hope that this information has helped you. And I always get guided by the masters, by the universe, for the higher good for all of us, for where we're all going as a tribe and as a love tribe, really. And also, if you want me to help you with anything in your life, in your path, please leave a comment, and so I can help you in other videos. And I do one-on-one personal sessions and readings and healing work, guidance, spiritual mentoring. I work with trauma. I've been through a lot of that on a personal level as well, so, I get it. And also we shift core beliefs, past life healing, particularly with the twin, of course. Whenever we do that work, it's always for both of you. It's very, very important to retrieve back the soul and whatever else needs to come back that's stuck in other, who knows where. I do Skype sessions or in person if you're in Melbourne. And if this has helped you, feel free to donate to my Patreon. I really appreciate it, so we can keep these YouTubes going. And also you can contact me on my email. I have my novel that's available online at Amazon and the usual places. And I thank you for being a part of this Twin Flame tribe. So I'm sending you from my heart much love to all of you. Until the next time we meet, may the unconditional love guide you with every step that you take in your life, Josephine.